Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Growing with Kyle. Also, do you see? I see you. So, today I have this Madagascar. It's one of my favorites, my prized ones, because it's 2-in-1, and it's been living with this adenium for a little bit. So, I'm going to get it out of this pot. I'm going to resoil it, and I'm going to move it into a new pot. Alrighty, let's get going. So, gloves. There is a thunderstorm going on, so if you hear thunder or I just all of a sudden get zapped, that's why. Look at this. Look at this whole root ball here. Very nice. So I've got the adenium loose. Looks really cool. Very, like Jabba the Hutt like. And as you can see, it's a mixture of bonsai soil and row pebbles. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that because we're resoiling. So I'm going to put that down there. I'm going to go ahead and do some root trimming as well. I'm going to go ahead and get off the dead leaves. It'll probably wind up all these falling off anyways. So when you're pulling off Madagascar leaves, you want to just grab them and kind of pull up and out, and they come out. You'll get a feel for it after you pop a couple of them off. Some good lightning out there. And just make sure you leave a couple at the top there. Like I said, this is one of my more prized of the Madagascars. I've grown it from seed, and it's got to be close to 3 years old, if not older than that. I can probably look through my photographs and find exactly how old it is. I know it's probably 2019 or earlier. So we got all of the foliage off of the plant, leaving just a little at the top. Now, I've heard a lot of reasons to do it. I think one of the main reasons for defoliating is so the plant won't waste energy to those leaves and will put energy into new growth. And so I'm going to go ahead and trim up these roots a bit. Now you don't want to go too overboard, but just enough. Because what it'll also do is it'll encourage the roots, like when you cut branches off of the tree and it causes it to grow more branches. Similar concept with the roots. And the roots are very important. That's really one of the things that you should focus about when cultivating any plant, is just the roots, because the healthier the roots, the healthier the plant. This is actually a really nice root mass. Alrighty, so that one is done. Let me get the dish we're going to be using here. I think a mosquito got me. I don't like mosquitoes. Don't do that. That's safe and sound. Luckily, it didn't go in my lap. That would have definitely heard a different scream. All right. So this for the bonsai soil, so it doesn't just spill out everywhere. And then if you got any extra wire or anything, what you do with it, make sure it's straightened out. Put this back here. And so get your wire and try to make it as straight as you can, and then make it like a staple, like so. And then you want to see how this has little holes in it. You can get this at like Walmart, any kind of store. But what it does is it helps keep the bonsai soil from falling through the bottom. And then all you do is you take these little, tags of wire, and then you just split them like that. And so they'll hold. So I'm going to think about, because I may have to run some more wire through the bottom if I want to secure the plant anyway, but this is kind of deep enough I don't think I'll have to do that. And this plant isn't overwhelmingly top heavy. I just think I want to go like this and have the slug maybe have the slug like that. You think the slug should face out? Yeah, let's have the slug face out. Okay. So I'm not going to run any wire, but I do kind of want to trim the slug. Lightning! I'm going to go ahead and kind of prune off some of the main leaves here that have already Now, adeniums and Madagascar palms, these are desert roses. I can't think of the proper name for the Madagascar. But they're really good ones for, if you like to shape your plants, because you can repot these things a couple times a year, and there's all kind of ways to shape the roots and grow them from seed, because they grow relatively fast. This is probably about 1.5 years old, And so I like them a lot. I'd recommend them. And to get seeds, if you know somebody that grows them, you can probably get some seeds from them. After the plant's around 4 to 8 years old, it will begin to seed. It'll flower, from a very young age. This one hasn't flowered yet, though I suspect it may sometime this year, if not early next. Oh. So I'm just trimming the little roots off, because what I'm going to try to do is have all this exposed to right here, maybe even have it to right here, have that all exposed and that going down into the... So that's why I'm trimming off these roots, so that way this will become body to the tree, or to the succulent, the rose, and these will focus down as opposed to worrying about growing any more up here for your roots. See, it's even got a white belly. So cool. This one's a really cool plant. And it has been growing in bonsai soil for probably the majority of its life. I start them out in, like a compost soil, or even sometimes I just do cocoa coir and perlite. Very simple. You lay the seed on top and keep it moist, and you should get them to germinate. And then the rest is up to how you care for it. Same thing, you do the same thing with the Madagascar palm too. You get the seed, put it on top of some damp soil, and it will germinate. That's what I'm left with. So what I'm going to do is start getting some bonsai soil in here. I didn't blend this myself. It comes from Weigert's Bonsai in North Fort Myers off 41 in Florida. It's a good place even if you're not going to buy. And make sure to have your fertilizer. I'm using a granular and an NPK of 18, 6, and 8. Normally what I'll do is I'll just keep a little cap right here, and as I'm putting out you see, this is a very nice combination of pumice and lava and bark. Very good. I've used it for some time now. And so after I put a layer of the soil down, put a pinch of the fertilizer in it. And I want to see where I'm at as far as where I want to put the gas guard. I want to do that like that. It's thunder and lightning. Throw in some more fertilizer. Make sure it gets into the back, because you want your roots to chase water and food. water and food. Especially since I'm getting into the rainy season here, as you can tell. Here in Florida, the rain can zap all your fertilizer, whether it's the ground. Because I got a lot of sandy soil around here too. So I love Florida. Especially where I'm at. See, I want it. That. And then this is gonna. I'm gonna go ahead and trim these long ones off here and here. Take that tip off. So that'll work. You know, I do want to trim off some of these because I want this base exposed a little bit more to give it more of just a root above ground exposure to it. And just kind of cutting right here. If you've stuck around to this point, thank you. Thank you. That means a lot to me and my plants. It means a lot to them as well. Because what I'm trying to do is expose this trunk a little more. This trunk part right here. Okay, so I got that a little more. Oh no, I want that gone. I want that gone. Got that a little more trimmed to my satisfaction here. So it's all about taking your time, you know, and understanding the plant. So even if there's a storm, don't feel rushed. All you'll do is just mess up your art. Oh yeah, I gotta get the and so I'm just continuing to put soil where there's no roots and on top of the roots that I don't want exposed. Of course, remembering to add fertilizer. Some people blend their fertilizer in their soil before they do this, but I don't really trust that. You get uneven blends. Not that this is very precise what I do, but you know, if it's your thing, do it that way. I wouldn't say you're wrong. So that's how it's gonna start to look. Do you think if I did that, or do you think if I did this? Yeah, I think that looks great. No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to do it like that. Yeah, let me do that. And I can put that more like that. And you know, of course, when you're working with your plants, just breathing and looking at them and focusing on, you know, what all parts of the plants you see, wondering what the plant thinks of you. So I would imagine that's got to be important, what the plant thinks of us. Probably thinks majority of the time this guy's alright. It's just sometimes he's real mean and takes me out of the ground. But I feel better, you know, once I recover and I grow. And lightning's getting closer. But I just wonder, you know, how these plants, you know, interact with the world. I mean, I wonder if it knows it's storming out. I wonder if it has any idea what's happening right now. What if it completely understands what's happening right now, even to the point that it's like, I am a bonsai, or this man cares for me as a bonsai. I don't know. Maybe that's one of those things I can find out someday. Probably not on this earth or in this life. Nope. So I'm trying to continue to raise it up a little bit more here. Get some security back in this area. Genius. But the Madagascar palm is a very rewarding plant as well. If you are lucky enough to find a tree that produces seeds, one seed pod can get you like 30 to 50 plants. They're not, they generate, at least the ones I get, have a high germination rate. And they make a really cool gift to people because, you know, they're an unusual tree. You don't need to water them a lot. Now, of course, if you live somewhere where it gets, you know, real cold in the winter, you'll want to bring it inside. Definitely want to do that. And I'm going to have to secure this with some black river stones until the roots grow down into the... I just didn't want to use the wire to hold it down, really, you know. Ah! It's not good. I'm by a swimming pool. It's never good to spill fertilizer, especially here in Florida. You'll wind up getting a green pool until you have to drain out the water. I know this. I do this for a living. Well, not the pools anymore, but used to. Now I just take care of this one. Guess it's kind of my living because it's one of the ways I make my way here. For those who don't know, I can't work because of my permanent disfigurement. When I was young, I used to be very handsome. Then my older brother Darius hit me in the face with a shovel. And now I'm like this. You know, the course probably would have been a lot better for this, because I could have gotten a lot of coarse on top and it would have really sunk in. I don't think I have any, even over at my other garden. I don't think I have any. Papaya, papaya in the sky. Bum, 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 bum. So you just kind of want to be as focused as you can about getting the gravel down right in a situation like this, because for a little bit of time it'll take this until the roots start really growing back for it to hold itself down. But on this one, I just, because you put the wire in and then it'll leave like wire marks and shit. I guess you could always cut it off once the tree really takes root. But we'll just have to see. I am no expert by any means. That's why I call the show Growing with Kyle, because every time I learn. You know, so if you have any wiring techniques or any videos about wiring that you'd like to share, feel free. Or if you'd like to make comments about how terrible I am at this, please do. I like to read funny shit. Even if you're not serious, you just want to say something funny. I won't cancel you. I'm more focused on bonsais than I am, you know, in my flowers. And oh, I'll have to show you my teddy bear sunflower here in a minute when we're done with this. So stick around for that. I need to make more of my flower gardening videos. Got a lot of zinnias going right now. Well, I guess because I have a adenium, I'm doing this flower garden. This Madagascar puts out beautiful, well, not this one yet, but this species of plant, species of tree here, or palm, and I don't think it's really a palm. They put out these beautiful white flowers. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Sorry, sometimes I get a little spaced out. This is who you are in the end. You're just a farmer, but that's cool, 'cause it's better. I mean, as long as you're enjoying life and, you know, you're being productive and helping others, you know, of course you need to be able to help yourself first, but, you know, help others. And try not to be a jerk. I'm not the best at that, but But if you are, just have forgiveness for yourself and try better next time. That's all you can do. I mean, you don't have to do that. You can do, you can do all kind of things. When I say that's all you can do, I didn't mean that. Like, you could do whatever. I don't care. I mean, I do to a certain extent, as long as you're okay. Where am I even going with this? I'm just glad you're here. Like I said, I might wind up getting some of the finer of the bonsai soil, and maybe, probably not. I don't really want to do that. I'll just stick with this. Once it, gets its roots in there, it'll be completely fine. Be completely fine. Alrighty. Well, that's that for now. So we got us a cool snail style. Let's go look at that sunflower though right quick. Right quick. Alrighty, look at that. Beautiful. Got one in the back here. Well, thanks for watching another episode of Growing with Kyle. And I'll see you next time.